Hey everyone! Have you ever played a game that feels so flawless it could only be called a masterpiece? The kind of experience where you just sit back and think, wow, this is exactly why I love gaming. These aren't just good games, they're the ones that hit that perfect 10 out of 10, blending story, gameplay, and atmosphere so well that they stay with you long after the screen goes dark. Today, we're checking out 18 of the most perfect 10 out of 10 games you absolutely must play. Titles that prove gaming can be more than a pastime. It can be an unforgettable journey. Black Myth Wukong follows the journey of the Destined One, inspired by the legendary Monkey King as he battles mythical beasts and powerful gods in a beautifully crafted world based on Chinese mythology. Developed by Chinese studio Game Science, the character is fast, fierce, and armed with a magical staff, capable of transforming and using mystical powers in combat. The game features intense boss fights, stunning visuals, and deep lore that pulls players into its dark, mysterious world. As the story unfolds, the hero faces overwhelming odds and uncovers ancient secrets tied to his destiny. Players are drawn to the fluid combat, rich atmosphere, and cinematic storytelling. While it became one of the most talked-about releases and earned critical acclaim, despite having Metacritic score of 81, this game still has special place and easily became fans' favorite. Though many believe it deserved the honor for its creativity and ambition. Alan Wake 2 tells the story of Alan, a writer trapped in a twisted, nightmarish dimension, and Saga Anderson, an FBI agent investigating a series of bizarre murders in the mysterious town of Bright Falls. Alan tries to escape by rewriting reality through his words, while Saga uncovers dark secrets tied to supernatural forces. The game blends psychological horror, intense storytelling, and haunting visuals to create a truly gripping experience. As the story progresses, both characters face terrifying enemies, shifting realities, and personal demons, but they keep fighting to uncover the truth and survive. Alan's desperate struggle and Saga's determination make them both unforgettable. What players love most about the game is its creepy atmosphere, deep narrative, and unique gameplay style. It was praised by fans and critics alike, but despite all the love, it missed out on winning Game of the Year. It receives Metacritic score of 89, making it perfect. Horizon Forbidden West is a breathtaking open-world adventure that pushes the limits of beauty and immersion, inviting you into landscapes filled with vibrant jungles, vast deserts, and towering mechanical beasts. Developed by Guerrilla Games, it continues the story of Aloy, a brave hunter from a post-apocalyptic world, as she journeys west to uncover the truth behind a mysterious plague that threatens all life. Along the way, you face massive robotic creatures in thrilling battles, craft new weapons and gear, and uncover secrets hidden among ancient ruins that deepen the lore of this unique world. Aloy's story resonates because it is not only about survival, but also about connection, trust, and the burden of carrying the fate of humanity on her shoulders. With a strong Metacritic score of 88, the game has been praised for its jaw-dropping visuals, fluid combat, and engaging narrative, making it a must-play adventure that will easily steal countless hours of your free time. Elden Ring is a monumental achievement in gaming, a dark fantasy epic that blends breathtaking exploration with punishing yet rewarding combat in a world overflowing with mystery. Developed by From Software, Elden Ring begins with your character, the Tarnished, awakening in a broken world where gods have fallen, kingdoms lie in ruins, and everything wants to kill you. There's no hand-holding, no long intro cutscene, just silence, a cryptic message, and a world waiting to be explored. You walk out into Limgrave and immediately feel the scale of it all, with that massive golden tree glowing in the distance. What makes it so loved is the freedom. You can go anywhere, fight anything, or run from everything. You shape your build, your path, your legend. Whether you're a knight, sorcerer, or something in between, it's you who writes the story. With a near-perfect Metacritic score of 96, Elden Ring stands as one of the greatest games of all time. Stalker 2. Heart of Chernobyl immerses you in the eerie, irradiated depths of the Chernobyl exclusion zone, where eerie ruins, dangerous anomalies, and mutant creatures greet you at every turn in a world that both haunts and mesmerizes. Developed by Ukrainian studio GSC Game World, this ambitious survival horror first-person shooter blends RPG elements with intense atmosphere inspired by bleak post-apocalyptic sci-fi, and it all unfolds across expansive, finely detailed environments that feel alive and unpredictable. Despite a Metacritic score hovering around 73 due to rough launch performance and technical issues, the staggering world-building, haunting encounters, and emergent storytelling shine through and reward persistence. The team's determination, creating this game with delays, imbues the experience with resilience and narrative weight that few other games can match. If you want a game that grips your nerves, challenges your survival instincts, and immerses you in a mysterious, unforgiving world, Stalker 2 is absolutely worth your time. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is an absolute masterpiece that redefines open-world adventures, pulling you into a vast Hyrule where every peak, forest, and hidden shrine sparks curiosity. Developed by Nintendo, it follows Link as he awakens from a century of slumber to face Calamity Ganon and restore balance to the kingdom. What makes it extraordinary is the freedom to approach challenges in countless ways, whether climbing sheer cliffs, solving physics-based puzzles, or experimenting with cooking and survival systems that make the world feel alive. You can tame wild horses, glide across valleys, and uncover secrets at your own pace, creating a deeply personal journey. The quiet moments of discovery feel just as powerful as the epic battles, leaving lasting memories of exploration and wonder. With a stellar Metacritic score of 97, it is widely hailed as one of the greatest games ever made, a timeless adventure that will easily steal hundreds of hours of your life. In Final Fantasy VII Remake, you take control of Cloud Strife, a brooding ex-soldier turned mercenary, as he joins a group of eco-freedom fighters called Avalanche. Set in the industrial city of Midgar, the game quickly pulls you into a conflict between rebellion and a powerful mega-corporation draining the planet's life force. What makes this remake so beloved is how it reimagines a legendary classic with stunning visuals, deeper character moments, and a more cinematic story. The bond between characters and the emotional weight behind their journey turn every mission into something you genuinely care about as the world slowly unravels. Final Fantasy VII Remake was nominated for Game of the Year and received praise for its stunning visuals, reimagined combat system, and emotional storytelling. However, it ultimately lost the award to titles that delivered a more complete experience, as some critics felt the remake covered only a portion of the original game's full story. It receives a Metacritic score of 87. Cyberpunk 2077 kicks off with you choosing who your version of V is going to be. Developed by CD Projekt Red, Kid, Corpo, or Nomad, and right from the start, you're thrown into Night City, a place that's loud, dirty, alive, and full of trouble. The opening sets the stage with you hustling for creds and climbing the ladder, eventually leading to a mission that goes completely sideways and puts a digital ghost, Johnny Silverhand, right in your head. What people love about this game is how deep the world feels, how reactive it is, and how much personality V brings to every choice. Whether you're sneaking, hacking, or blasting through enemies, it always feels like your story. With a current Metacritic score of 86, Cyberpunk 2077 has grown into a game worth revisiting, one that blends action, narrative, and atmosphere into a journey that will easily consume dozens of thrilling hours. Half-Life 2 is a groundbreaking masterpiece that forever changed the landscape of first-person shooters, blending gripping action with intelligent storytelling in a way that still feels revolutionary. Developed by Valve, the game places you back in the role of Gordon Freeman, a silent but iconic scientist forced to battle the oppressive Combine forces that have enslaved Earth. With its innovative physics system powered by the Source engine, every fight, puzzle, and interaction feels dynamic and alive, making the world more believable than anything of its time. The atmosphere is thick with tension, yet moments of quiet exploration and the bonds you form with characters like Alex Vance bring humanity and heart to the chaos. With a legendary Metacritic score of 96, Half-Life 2 is celebrated as one of the greatest games ever created. A timeless experience that proves games can be both thrilling and deeply meaningful, guaranteed to steal dozens of hours of your time. Hogwarts Legacy is a magical journey that lets you finally live the dream of being a student at Hogwarts, exploring every corridor, secret passage, and enchanted corner of the wizarding world. Developed by Avalanche Software and published by Warner Bros. Games, it takes place in the 1800s, long before the events of Harry Potter, giving you a fresh perspective on the iconic school of witchcraft and wizardry. You create your own character, attend classes, brew potions, tame magical beasts, and uncover mysteries that connect you to ancient magic with the power to shape the future. The adventure resonates because it captures both the wonder and the darker struggles of this world, allowing you to forge your own story, filled with choices and consequences. With a solid Metacritic score of 83, critics praised its vast open world and magical immersion. And while not flawless, it remains a dream come true for fans, a game that can easily consume countless hours of your time. Hollow Knight's Silksong is one of the most anticipated indie sequels ever, promising to expand everything fans loved about the original with even greater challenge, beauty, and atmosphere. Developed by Team Cherry, this Metroidvania adventure places you in the role of Hornet, a swift and deadly warrior who travels through a vast, unfamiliar kingdom filled with new enemies, traps, and secrets. The game emphasizes fast, fluid combat and intricate platforming, with every encounter testing your skill and reflexes while uncovering a hauntingly beautiful world brimming with mystery. What makes Silksong so exciting is not just the promise of deeper gameplay, but the emotional weight carried by Hornet's journey, as she seeks answers and purpose in a land both hostile and mesmerizing. Even though it has not yet released and therefore has no Metacritic score, anticipation remains sky-high, with players confident it will deliver another unforgettable experience that can easily consume dozens of challenging but rewarding hours. Hades follows Zagreus, the rebellious son of Hades, as he attempts to escape the underworld and reach Mount Olympus, fighting through waves of enemies with help from powerful gods like Zeus, Athena, and Poseidon. The game blends fast-paced combat with rich storytelling, growing deeper with each run as Zagreus uncovers more about his family and the world below. With its unique art style, addictive gameplay, and meaningful character interactions, Hades quickly became a fan favorite. It was nominated for Game of the Year and praised for its innovation and replayability, but ultimately lost to larger titles. Still, many believe it redefined what indie games are capable of. It receives a Metacritic score of 93, which is stunning and amazing for such genre of game. Kena: Bridge of Spirits is a beautiful and heartfelt adventure that feels like stepping into a living animated film, blending stunning visuals with emotional storytelling and satisfying action. Developed by Ember Lab, the game follows Kena, a young spirit guide who helps restless souls move on, as she travels through lush forests, ruined villages, and mystical shrines while uncovering the lingering pain that haunts the land. Accompanied by the adorable Rot, tiny spirit companions who aid in puzzles and combat, you'll find a perfect balance between lighthearted charm and moments of emotional depth. The journey resonates because it is as much about healing and letting go as it is about battles and exploration. And the bond you form with the Rot gives every victory a warm sense of joy. With a solid Metacritic score of 81, critics noted some rough edges, yet praised its heart, artistry, and soul, making it a game that deserves your time if you want an adventure that touches both action and emotion. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 kicks off by throwing you back into the muddy, brutal heart of medieval Bohemia, right where the first game left off. Developed by Warhorse Studios and published by Deep Silver, you play as Henry, a blacksmith's son, still caught between royal politics, revenge, and figuring out his place in a world that doesn't care about nobility or kindness. It's slow, grounded, and doesn't try to impress you with flashy magic, just raw, honest realism. What makes it stand out is the developer's dedication to realism, from dynamic world systems to boots-on-the-ground storytelling that sticks with you. People love this series for its dedication to history, for making every sword fight feel earned, and for letting you live out a true medieval life where choices and consequences actually matter. Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2 is essential, an epic RPG journey that will happily devour your free time with endless discovery. The game secured Metacritic score of 88, making it legendary. Resident Evil 4 Remake is a stunning reimagining of one of the most iconic survival horror games ever, pulling you into a tense and atmospheric world where danger lurks in every shadow. Developed and published by Capcom, the game puts you in the role of Leon S. Kennedy, a government agent sent to rescue the president's daughter from a remote European village that quickly spirals into a nightmare of infected villagers, grotesque creatures, and relentless terror. The remake modernizes every aspect, with gorgeous visuals, tighter controls, and new mechanics that make the action more fluid while keeping the heart-pounding tension of the original intact. Every encounter pushes your nerves to the edge, and the sense of dread is balanced by moments of triumph that feel incredibly rewarding. With a fantastic Metacritic score of 93, critics and fans alike agree that this remake not only honors the classic, but elevates it into one of the finest horror experiences ever made, easily capable of stealing dozens of hours of your time. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim is a legendary open-world RPG that lets you lose yourself in a vast fantasy realm where snowy peaks, ancient ruins, and bustling cities feel alive with stories waiting to unfold. Developed by Bethesda Game Studios, you take on the role of the Dragonborn, a hero with the power to harness the voice of dragons, destined to stand against Alduin, the World Eater, in an epic battle for the fate of Tamriel. Yet the true magic lies not only in the main quest, but in the freedom to live countless lives, becoming a thief in the shadows, a noble warrior, or even a mage uncovering forbidden secrets. Every cave you stumble into and every choice you make carries a sense of discovery and ownership, giving you memories that feel uniquely your own. With a Metacritic score of 94, Skyrim remains one of the most celebrated and enduring RPGs of all time, a game that continues to captivate players for hundreds of hours, even more than a decade after its release. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is often hailed as one of the greatest RPGs ever created, a masterpiece that pulls you into a dark yet beautiful fantasy world, filled with choices that truly matter. Developed by CD Projekt Red, it follows Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter searching for his adopted daughter Ciri, while the terrifying, otherworldly Wild Hunt closes in. Along the way, you traverse vast landscapes, war-torn villages, dense forests, and bustling cities, while tackling quests so rich and detailed they often feel like entire stories of their own. The characters you meet, from allies to foes, are unforgettable, and the weight of your decisions lingers long after you make them. It's a journey of love, loss, and consequence that resonates on a deeply human level, even amidst the magic and monsters. With a stellar Metacritic score of 92, The Witcher 3 is universally praised as a genre-defining RPG, a game that will easily consume hundreds of hours while leaving memories you won't forget. Red Dead Redemption 2 is nothing short of a masterpiece, a game that sets a new bar for storytelling and immersion in the open-world genre. Developed by Rockstar Games, it follows Arthur Morgan, an outlaw torn between loyalty to his gang and his own fading sense of honor, as the age of the Wild West slowly dies around him. The game's world is staggering in its detail, from the snow-capped mountains and bustling towns to the quiet swamps and dusty plains, every inch brimming with life and realism. You can hunt, fish, gamble, or simply ride across breathtaking landscapes, and each moment feels like part of a living, breathing frontier. Arthur's journey is deeply emotional, with choices and consequences that carry heavy weight, often leaving players reflecting long after the credits. With a towering Metacritic score of 97, Red Dead Redemption 2 is considered one of the greatest games ever created, a story and world that will completely absorb you for hundreds of unforgettable hours.